Hey y'all want to know the real truth of how to grow your edges back? For us that are dealing with having our edge issues, we already know the situations or the reasons why we lose our edges. That is, of course, these adhesives that a lot of us are using for lace fronts. I think it was a time that women were shaving the front part of the hair so the lace front can lay down flat and look natural, right? So that affected us. The way we take care of ourselves, what's going inside of our body. You could have alopecia or female pattern baldness, so you can't push those things out either and be like, okay, I don't have that problem. So it's so many reasons why we have hair loss, especially in the front. One of the things I want you guys to know is that from the pivot point of your head back, if you ever pay attention, your texture is different from the back, from the top, the pivot point to the back, but here it's more fine. A lot of times, a lot of women will find that their textures change. So the texture that's going towards the front is more fine and maybe different from the texture going back, and it's more thicker, right? So that kind of gives you a indication that you better be real cautious when it comes to this part of the head. It's more sensitive and it's prone to breakage and different things like that. Now, you do have the female pattern baldness here where you may lose hair as well, but for the most part, when it comes to this front, this is the most sensitive part. This is where the blood is not flowing as much towards that front. So if you see like, oh my gosh, my hair is thinning, and we know what happens, right? It is tension on hair. A lot of us, it's bad practices. Y'all don't want to hear it, but it is. It's bad practices. It is constant using edge control, never really washing that out, maybe combing that out and putting more on, gels. What else we do? Lace fronts. I remember it was a time that you was shaved. A lot of women were shaving their hair so the lace front can lay naturally. And so it's so many things, but the main reason that I've seen, and you do have medical issue, alopecia, postpartum, but the main reasons that I have seen when it comes to our hair is bad practices. We do quick weaves, we do weaves, and then when we see the hair thinning, we say, I'm gonna give it some, what do we call it? A rest, and you put braids on it, which causes more tension on the hair. And then the chemicals from those braids dries out the hair and does other things to the scalp. So it's just a vicious kind of cycle. So what's the science to growing your edges back? Everything I just said that you do the opposite of it. This is not going to be a long video. Do the opposite of it. Okay, if you know that there's tension on it, don't put adhesives on your hair. Stop doing that. Give your hair a rest. If you are not at the stage where it's shiny and it's bald, you still have a chance to grow your hair back. And to be honest, even when it's shiny and bald, does not indicate that it's permanently lost. Because I have a trichologist that has expressed that. No. So they do different treatments to go ahead and revamp your hair follicles, right? So it's never a situation where you cannot restore your hair back, but you have to just do common sense. And a lot of us don't do it. We do the opposite because now we're in the midst of camouflaging the hair. We're in the midst of, we can't let people know that, hey, I'm dealing with hair loss, especially in that front, and it gets worse and worse. So common sense, meaning, and not to insult anybody, but it means like, if you see your hair getting bald hair, right? And maybe you say, I'm gonna wear my hair, and you're putting adhesives, because we think like, okay, I ain't gonna put no braids there, or I'm gonna use it, I'm gonna put a system here, or like a, where I clip on, and then just leave this out, and it lets it rest. And a lot of times that would be a smart thing, but a lot of us afterwards, it's like, well, I need my edges to lay down. So we go in and we put these gels and these different chemicals on the front part of our hair that we don't realize has a lot of alcohol in it, right? So it's drying out the hair follicle, and that hair follicle is still in a stage where is being damaged more. But we don't think it because we don't have the hair touching the part that's thinning. So you have to use alternative things. So if you're going to use, let's say you decide, you know, I can't help it, I need to use it, you can use it, but wash that front out. When you're in the shower, just take a little bit of that shampoo, wash that front out, rinse it out, right? And just let it rest. If you're not going anywhere, let it rest. But if you do, at least you're not piling that alcohol on top of alcohol on top of alcohol. Another good one, if you have natural hair that you can use, it's a wax by Affirm. It's a stick wax. That is one of the best waxes that it will lay down your edges, but it doesn't have a water base. So you don't have to worry about it getting curly. And it's just going to lay your hair down naturally. So it doesn't look all kinky either. So those are things that you can do when it comes to that. The other thing, of course, is you have to wash your hair at least once a week. At least you have to wash your hair once a week. Also, yes, they may have oils, and the oils may be like, oh, you know, you're wearing the oils and they tell you that they have like minoxidil, or they have these oils that you can use as well. However, minoxidil can affect you, your body, your health, and things like that they don't tell you about, your hormones. You can start growing facial hairs, getting you some beards and stuff. So you got to learn, just because you see it on YouTube or whatever social media and they're showing you, look, my hair grew back. Trust me, they are going to be dealing with some type of side effect, because when you're dealing with things like that, minoxidil or whatever, you have to see a doctor so they can recommend a certain percentage for you to restore your hair. All right. So if you went to a doctor and they recommended those different things and you do your regimen, you're going to just massage that in. You can take that oil and massage that into that scalp every day. Even like even like a grease, like one of them herbal grease, take it on the tips of your hand and you're going to massage that in, right? And then eventually you're going to find that you're going to see, oh my God, my hair follicles, my hair is starting to come back. And the biggest thing that you have to do is have patience. Don't get on there and, you know, and it's addictive. I'm going to tell y'all something. I realized that a long time ago when I used to wear weave, is that when you wear weaves, when you add in rolls in your hair and stuff like that, and then you stop adding it, you feel bald headed, you feel naked. Like, that's the truth. But it has to come a time where you say, you know what? I see my hair breaking. I see, you know, the situation, and I got to stop, and I just got to have patience and give my hair a chance to grow back and find better practices that I can still wear these systems or hair weaves. But if it gets to a point where it's affecting me, where I know I'm making a short-term decision that's going to affect me in the long run, I'd rather not do it. Because I'm telling y'all now, there are women in their 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, and beyond that now they have to wear extensions and different things to cover up, because they are bald permanently. All right, so this is affecting us. So I just want to give you guys some of the tea on how to restore your hair back. You want to, of course, shampoo. You want to take the tension away from your hair, right? Stop causing tension. You want to stop adding alcohols and alcohols that is laying your hair down, gels, different things like that have high alcohol in it. You want to take that away. You want to make sure, did I say wash your hair? And you want to create hairstyles and that goes away from the hair, that's not causing tension to the hair. And last but not least, you want to give your hair a regimen. Massage your hair every night where that area is, and have patience. And I promise you will see the difference in your hair as well. I always recommend you go to a dermatologist, but if you're not in a position that you can, these are the things that you can do to restore it. You know, only you know how bad it is. But if you see that it's starting to thin out, ladies, stop now. All right. I pray this video helps you. I will see you next video. Bye.